On the festival of Sukkos, we are commanded to take the esrog, lulav, hadassim and arovos and shake them together. If we look into the biblical source for this mitzvah, we find that the Torah is rather ambiguous when describing the esrog. In fact, nowhere does the Torah mention the word esrog. The Torah just commands us to take a pre-eitz hodar, literally the fruit of the beautiful tree. So how do we know that the Torah is referring to the esrog? The rabbis in the Talmud grapple with this issue and explain that if we look carefully into these three words used by the Torah to describe the fruit which it wants us to take, we find that the Torah is giving us a couple of clues to tell us that we must take specifically the esrog and not another fruit. Firstly, the Torah specifically mentioned the fruit of a beautiful tree to teach us to take a fruit from a tree whose eitz and pri, wood and fruit, are equal, from a tree whose wood and fruit tastes alike. The esrog is one of the only fruits that has a similar taste to that of the tree itself. Another clue in the wording of the Torah is the word for beautiful, hodar. Usually this is read as pre-eitz hodar, the fruit of a beautiful tree. But it can also be read as pre-eitz hadar, which means the fruit of a tree that dwells. The Torah is telling us to take a fruit that dwells on its tree from year to year. Unlike other fruits that have specific seasons and at the end of the season become overripe and fall off their tree, an esrog can be left to grow on the tree for several years. Perhaps one of the reasons that the Torah chose to teach us about the esrog in such a cryptic roundabout way is because the Torah wanted to also impart a lesson to us on how to grow and raise our most beautiful fruit, our dear children. Firstly, in order to produce a beautiful fruit like the esrog, the tree, us, and the fruit, our children, have to have the same taste. With children, there is no such thing as do as I say, but not as I do. We cannot expect something from our kids that we ourselves are not willing to be held to. If we want our kids to grow up in a particular kind of way, then we ourselves need to live that way. Children are the best copycats. They will naturally copy what they see at home, despite being told to act otherwise. The second lesson that we learn from the esrog is that just as an esrog is unique in that it stays on its tree through all seasons, so too in parenting, consistency is key. Like the different seasons of the year, many different kinds of days will come along. We will have days when things are bright and easy, and other days that are difficult and wintry. What's most essential is that no matter what kind of day we've had, we take time out to bond with our kids every single day. Nothing can be seen as a replacement for the day-to-day bonding sessions. It's the consistency in the delivery, more than the amount that is given, that creates quality connections between parent and child. Wishing you and your families a wonderful Yontif.